NBC is not satisfied with the success of shows like The Office because their current crop of writers, producers, directors are all creatively bankrupt. So, what are they going to do? They're going to try to mine The Office for everything it's worth.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast, where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, check out my locals page. The link is in the description. Well, it's true, all of it. It apparently, the creators behind The Office are going to make a new mockumentary style sitcom that is based in the same world of The Office. So before, they were trying to do a spin-off or a reboot or a sequel, but most of the principal actors of The Office have gone on to do bigger and I won't say better things, but bigger things at least. And The Office was always something that was special to me, or at least up until Steve Carell left the show, I should say. It was a show that me and my sister bonded over when I was in college and off in California studying theology. She was, just starting college, and the two of us would watch The Office from our perspective places, and then we would text or call or video chat about it. It was kind of a bonding thing for us. Even in the last two seasons, which, like I said, I don't really care for. I don't know why they didn't or why they did what they did those final two seasons. Without Steve Carell's charisma as Michael Scott, the show just wasn't as good. And, that's okay. That's just the way it happens. When a main character departs a show, that happens a lot. And like I said just a second ago, they tend to, or I should say NBC tended to want to do some sort of spin-off. At first, there was a thought that they would give the character of Dwight Schrute, played by Rainn Wilson, a spin-off on his beet farm. That didn't materialize. There was a thought that they were going to do a sequel with some of the new characters, but no one gives a crap about the new characters, so that never materialized. Dakota Johnson, who has a cameo in the finale, she was going to be one of those new characters who never. I read an interview with her where she said if there's a multiverse out there, hopefully there's one where I was on a successful Office spinoff. And there's been back and forth about bringing the show back, but like I said, most of the principal cast have gone on to do other things. Well, apparently they're going to do a Peacock exclusive, Peacock being NBC's streaming service. They're going to do a new show that is based in the same universe but in a different location, but same style, same documentary crew, all that. So this is according to the Hollywood Reporter. The new series, set in the same universe as the beloved Steve Carell show, will be set at a dying Midwestern newspaper. The Office follow-up series has found a home. Peacock on Wednesday announced a formal series order for the untitled series that is set in the same universe as NBC's former Emmy-winning Steve Carell comedy. The series, co-created by The Office's Greg Daniels and Nathan For You co-creator Michael Coman, will again be a mockumentary and feature Domhnall Gleeson and Sabrina Imperatori. I mean no disrespect if I'm mispronouncing that. Please let me know in the comments. Leading the ensemble cast. Production on the show will begin in July. It's been more than 10 years since the final episode of The Office aired on NBC, and the acclaimed comedy series continues to gain popularity and build new generations of fans on Peacock, said Lisa Katz, president of NBC Universal Entertainment. In partnership with Universal Television and led by the creative team of Greg Daniels and Michael Coman, this new series set in the universe of Dunder Mifflin introduces a new cast of characters in a fresh setting ripe for comedic storytelling, a daily newspaper. Thanks, I hate it. So, a couple of things. First of all, like I said, thanks, I hate it. They are so creatively bankrupt that they can't come up with something new at NBC. Universal, Comcast, the places that own NBC, they have been struggling. And you can tell this, that they have to go back to The Office. They can't just create something new because maybe with the exception of Poker Face, can you even name some Peacock originals? No, of course you can't. They should go back to their deal that they had with Disney to put things on Hulu, because at this point it looks like Hulu and Netflix are winning the streaming wars as far as things are going. Now, the second thing is that, like I said about the streaming part of it, this tells me the fact that it's not going to air on network television like The Office did. It was a giant on network television. And even in those terrible last two seasons, it ruled the roost as far as comedy, Parks and Recreation. I never watched it, but Community, NBC owned that comedy block, right? Well, the fact that they're putting it on Peacock and not on network television tells me that the upper crust of NBC Universal don't have a lot of confidence in it. Because Peacock is one of the streaming services that is struggling. It's not doing very well. It's hard. It's not holding on to subscribers like Netflix and Hulu are. So the fact that they're going to just shove it on there tells me something. Now, that's not to say that there aren't Peacock originals that aren't good. I loved Poker Face. I thought that was a fantastic show. I like a lot of their true crime stuff. I thought Doctor Death was really good, but most of them, they either put them behind like a very strict paywall, so you can't even get it if you're a basic subscriber, or it's not that good, and so you're left with these two, thing. It's not that good, and all the good stuff is behind the paywall, which you can't afford because you already have a Netflix subscription. So that is why I don't think the upper echelons of the network have confidence in it. Otherwise, they would just put it on television. Number three, I think that this is going to be a propaganda show. Well, Jacob, why do you say that? Because it's about the media. Now, that's not to say you can't do a good sitcom around the media, right? Certainly, Ricky Gervais did a fantastic sitcom around the media. WKRP in Cincinnati, news radio. So you can do it. You can make it happen. But just in today's landscape of the backlash to the normies like us who don't trust the media anymore after their consistent lying about world events and things like diseases from Asia and whatnot. You can't trust them. I think that this show is going to be used to attack normies who don't trust the media. They're going to have some characters who are always protesting outside the newspapers thing. They're going to make them look like whack jobs, and then you're going to have these newspaper reporters. They're going to be quirky, right? They're going to all have this little bit of quirkiness because that's all comedy writers know how to write, because they can't be brave and write something funny because then they might get canceled on social media. Just so you know, that means nothing if people try to cancel you on social media. Now, when they start going after your job, start calling your friends, start badgering you in your personal stuff, then that's when cancellation goes bad. But these television writers, especially the newer ones, are so scared that all they can write with comedy is either inappropriate jokes, scatological jokes, or they have to make the characters quirky. And that was one thing that was really good about The Office, was it could balance those things, which made for something really funny because they were able to do it with sort of the zaniness of what was going on in those circumstances. This show will not do that. This show will be like, haha, look at those dumb rubes who don't trust the media, ha 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 ha. That's what this is going to be. And then supplanted with the, like I said, that those three modes of comedy. It's not going to be any good other than maybe some boring slapstick stuff occasionally. That is my honest feeling about it. Now, this is just my opinion. I want to be clear about that, but I think that that is what is going to happen, just as an analysis. Whenever I've watched a current show that is based around a newspaper or around a television network, it is always a propaganda piece about, oh, how the media, we're just the stalwart people, we're the fourth estate trying to tell the truth and, speak truth to power. Democracy dies in darkness. It's never a critical look about how the media misleads through how they present a story, how they comment on a story, and even just how they outright lie. I mean, think about poor Nicholas Sandman or Kyle Rittenhouse or Richard Jewell, how the media just drowned them in stuff as far as lies and everything in between. Those are three victims of the media and the lies swirling around them about everything that happened in between. Think about all the stuff that came out and after Harvey Weinstein got first arrested and all the Me Too stuff. And then soon Me Too isn't just about, hey, let's give victims in Hollywood an outlet. It then shifted to believe all women and all men are bad, right? And the media chirped right along with that without batting an eye. So that's why I believe that this show is going to run cover for that and be like, oh, look at those dumb rubes who can't subscribe to a newspaper because they think that we're trying to lie. Guarantee you that's going to be in this. So, yeah, that's why I don't think this show, whatever it's going to be called, is going to be successful. It's impossible to mine The Office any further than they already have. The network doesn't have confidence in it, and it's going to be a propaganda piece. So take that for what you will. That's what all I'm going to say on the matter. Whenever it comes out, I'm going to look forward to not even giving it a glance. That's what she said.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die